If you know, you know on this. It was leaking coolant, so we had to replace the hose. Some manufacturers make you buy it that way because they understand that if you're taking them out and you go back, most likely you're gonna have a failure on another one. If one goes
blessings piling up that I ain't even wish for. None left over for y'all. I'm locking the fridge door at the crib, cutting hits. I read through the catalog, came to conclusion no one's.
You see any leaks anywhere?
I haven't noticed one yet.
Was this running so it got hot? Maybe it's cooling down and pressure goes down with it.
I haven't started it since I done it.
Okay.
The coolant was still warm.
We'll do that. Okay, that's normal. So if something's hot, as it cools down, pressure drops. Yeah. Pressure drops. Just the thermodynamics there. This is probably what's happening. Something's leaking over here, it looks like. I saw a drip. Is your coolant line over here? Yeah, there it is. There's your coolant leak right there. That hose, you see it? DIAG?
From the...
Give me your ear. I'll blow it off. But I actually had that freaking hose and I returned it. Oh, I should have just gave you that hose. We actually did have it. Got a 19 Ford. What is this? F450?
Yeah.
It did an upper pan reseal, rear main seal, all that kind of stuff on it. You know, it was leaking coolant, so we had to replace the hose. Now we're making sure we don't have another freaking leak. You haven't noticed during this quality control that, hey, we're leaking coolant. So we replaced that hose, which was the upper oil cooler hose. I should have just had him replace it because he did the lower because it was oil soaked. But the upper one wasn't. So basically, we're doing the due diligence, so we don't want this customer to get this back and they notice coolant leak. You know, might as well address it now while it's in the shop. So that's what quality control is there for, especially when you work on diesels. Seems like always something goes wrong in the shop with these things. See, that thing's leaking. I don't see it leaking. I think maybe it just spilt on there. Did it go off? Pressure come off? Yeah, a little bit. That might just be because the truck was cooling down. This truck's a little bit unique because it's got a boom on it for a crane, and you're not well, you can lift it. We have a 18,000 pound lift, I think it was, over there. 16, I don't know, it's like 16 or 18,000 pound lift for these trucks, but the overhead part of it hits the boom part. It's a boom truck. So you could work on it, but man, it was like a pain in the ass. So we did it on the 4-post, which is a pain in the ass also. I mean, not doing the rear main part, but just, and we have the opens, our front of our lift's open, which is really nice, but it's so much easier to work on these things on 2-posts. They're not fun to work on 4-posts, these trucks. They're just, because we did the compressor on it, and it was in there for multiple things. So just not very fun on a 4-post, and that's, we did the CCV too also on it. We did that on the ground. He's like, I'm not doing that on here. It looks good. I don't see a leak anywhere. See anywhere else? Oh, right there. There it is. Here she be.
Such a small little leak.
Look at this thing. This is a very common part though. We're going to replace this. Thank God it's not at the bottom, but this little thing's leaking right here. This little T. See it right there spraying out of there? Which I'm going to use that to get my part number. It's still on there. Well, maybe not. No, because it goes all the way across. I'll go get it. Just work on the other one, okay? Get this hose real fast. Have him check that suspension real fast, Micah.
All right.
You'll need a jack for it, Micah. You need a jack. It's over there. Crazy what it goes for.
Is it in stock?
Yeah. Just these diesels, man, they nickel and dime the owners to death, let me tell you. When you start feeling bad for them, that's bad. That's bad, man. Hey, I got a hose laid out forward. Can you go get it, Brittany?
I've got movement on this one.
You think so? Let's check it out. See how bad it is. That's good. All right, got some movement. You ready to get
Yep.
You do that, I'll give him some light. You ready? Got a couple fingers, you can get in there. You can zoom into the ball joint. I'll talk, put it on the camera. This is the passenger side lower ball joint. You can see there's some movement in it, some play. 10 being the worst, I'd say it's a 3 to 4. Okay. Is the wheel bearing all that's fine?
I just checked that.
Okay. Upper joint good?
Yeah.
All right, watch your hands. Watch your hands.
The other side was fine.
No play at all?
No.
That's the same thing on the other truck we did.
The other side was
Yeah,
fine.
okay. All right, put that in red.
AMRB's what we got.
Yeah, time's close, I whittled them down. Stick it to them by sticking around. The gang online, Iwo Jima got one flag and it's sticking the ground. Setting up shop. Think I got the message across. Came for the titles and press of the watch. We played the levels of Letterman jocks. Pins on the jacket, the man's abundant. The point of the road was being and rugged. Hushing, I'm planning on pants in London. The products are not being scared of some judgment. Gotta stay in the cut you off if you ain't making the cut. Couldn't tell you who the hell is behind us. You start to forget when you stay in the front of it's up. And it's up for grabs, no remorse of who I'm taking it from. Numbers I give on my scoreboard is the only form of us staying in touch, that's saying enough. It's time to receive for all of the favors I've done. Too late for y'all to switch teams, everybody getting big leagues. Product flying out the shelf, what's in store for us? Known to hit a hole in one, look at the crowd and shoulder shrug. Shots are limited, I'm scared mango with the golden gun. Posted up, ready for whatever, boy, you know what's up. Time's close, I whittled them down. Stick it to them by sticking around. The gang online, Iwo Jima got one flag and it's sticking the ground. Setting up shop. Think I got the message across. Came for the titles and press of the watch. We played the levels of Letterman jocks. Shout out to Steve. The boy getting love from the harsh critics. Strauss hit me bi-weekly to tell me keep taking it further. You aren't finished and I gotta listen. Ain't he son of believing and see that I'm actually breathing and doing it real time. Though the pulling idea out thin air, act on it and profit in real life. If we not aligned, don't present me a dotted line. Yeah, I'm the QB, but I ain't handing out nothing for someone to monetize. And it goes to the birds too. Can't give it a time if a dollar so cut eyes. They get X'd out for they had the potential to be my ex. I know all the plays, I'm a seasoned vet. Yeah. Always showing up, known to hit a hole in one. Look at the crowd and shoulder shrug. Shots are limited, I'm scared mango with the golden gun. Posted up, ready for whoever, boy, you know what's up. Time's close, I whittled them down. Stick it to them by sticking around. The gang online, Iwo Jima got one flag and it's sticking the ground. Setting up shop. Think I got the message across. Came for the titles and press of the watch. We played the levels of Letterman jocks. Time's close, I whittled them down. Stick it to them by sticking around. The gang all out, Iwo Jima got one flag. Yeah.
I can see why they requested a engine reseal.
It's after 07 because it's got MSG on it.
Huh?
It's either 07 or 08.
Oh, these heads have been off for us, buddy.
His has had work done too.
Oh yeah, these heads have been done.
Yeah, he's got cheap parts on this thing.
Yeah. So
Transmission's been done too.
it looks like it's more of the lower part of the motor, you know what I'm saying, than anything. Yeah, it's got cheap Valpro gaskets on here. I can see the blue ones. Yeah, man, this thing's pissing up here.
Yeah,
what the heck?
Looks like he got some shoddy work done and didn't quite seal.
Man, okay.
That's a 2012, I think, actually.
Is it 2012? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Nick's gonna pull the motor and reseal it. And we're gonna do it right for the gentleman. We got all Mopar parts here to do this job. Let's go over what he's doing real fast. So he's got the lower oil pan. He's got a front cover or timing cover, front cover seal. He's got a rear main cover with seal in it. Intake manifold gaskets. Looks like a valve cover gasket. Nope, I lied to you. That's the timing cover gasket. Timing cover gasket there. PCV valve. That looks like that's a valve cover gasket for sure. Valve cover gasket. Oh, that must have been the water pump. Let me see here. Yeah, that's water pump and then timing cover. That's what it was. So that's what he's doing on this vehicle here. I can see why. Paying for quality parts does make a difference. I can promise you that. What's up, Charlie?
How's that F-150 looking? Sears?
Over here?
Yeah.
What time is it right now?
3:30 or something?
3:12. Let me go talk to him. I don't think it's going to be, it might be late evening. Hey, Kevin, are you willing to finish this up today before you go?
This?
Yeah. Okay. Sometime between 5 and 6, probably. Oh, you're getting close. Yeah, you'll have some about 5 or 6. I'd love to know 5 or 6. Okay. Are you there?
Yeah.
If it's not done by 5, it'll be done before 6.
Okay.
And he's gonna stay and make sure he'll stay to make sure it's done. Okay. You bet. Pull this off first for me.
No. Cool.
This here, these are bad about the actual housing, aluminum. The coolant will, if it's old and it doesn't have inhibitors in there, it will eat away the aluminum surface of the block or that housing piece. Let's pull it off, let's look at it. Because if it's really, really bad, I'm gonna have to get a housing for it. But there's the gasket for it. So this is, we're using Molly, which is, Molly is factory on this car for Ford, by the way. So made in USA, Molly. Molly makes a lot of factory stuff for Ford, if you didn't know. And see, this one's that. Didn't say, but that's factory. It's funny because they'll have the Ford symbol be on here and they'll etch it out. They'll etch the name off it. It's kind of funny, but Molly's a good quality company, the OEM.
Working on.
So this is a 07, 08?
08.
08, 5.4. He's doing the oil filter housings leaking, and so is the oil pan, so he's doing both of them while he's in here. So that's what he's working on right now. He's also got a leak on this. They need to bring that up to him. I think we did. I need to talk to him. The transmission cooler line's leaking. Bradley's over here. What is this, 15?
Yes, 15 Chevy 5.3.
15 Chevy 5.3. He's
AF
doing, where'd that bent push rod go we had?
It's down there on the bottom.
Yeah.
The AFM motor.
Yeah, so if you know, you know on this. So he's going back. He's got all new valve train in it. He's got a new lifter oil manifold assembly on it. He's got the heads on there. He's got the injectors right now being torqued down, brand new fuel lines, one-time use. So I'll give you a tip. If you're doing anything with GDI injectors, if you knew how much force it takes to get these out of these heads on these that's been here for a while, the amount of slamming with a slide hammer to get them out. If I remove GDIs with high mileage on them, especially if I had to get them out of there with some force, I won't go back unless I do all 8 new injectors, okay? What will happen is one of those 8 will probably have a misfire, or 2 or multiple, and you're gonna come back and you're gonna eat that job for those injectors because you failed to inform the customer, hey, these injectors during the removal process are most likely gonna be damaged internally because what it takes to get them out, okay? If you're doing one GDI, it's every one of them. At this shop, if you do one GDI injector, you do them all. Some manufacturers make you buy it that way because they understand that if you're taking them out and you go back, most likely you're gonna have a failure on another one. If one goes out, do them all. GDIs are done in sets. They're not done individually. So if that's a tip I can help, especially shops out there, because what will happen is you'll do one and soon after another one will misfire, either right after you get it back together or soon after, a month, 2 months down the road. You were just in there. Yes, it costs more, but to do the job right, you do them in sets. Do not do them individually, I promise you. You'll learn the hard way. If it hasn't happened to you yet, hadn't bit you, it will bite you, okay? So the right way, correct way, put them all in, same time. And if you had to hammer them out of there, inform the customer that, hey, during this job, we're gonna replace the injectors. It's part of the cost of this repair. It's built into it. There's no labor to do it. It's part of the repair, but because the worst thing is you get it back to them and you fix the engine knock from the lifters that were damaged, and then it starts misfiring. You're like, what is that? I can't figure it out. Well, it's the injectors. They don't last long anyways. These GM injectors, if you get 150,000 plus miles, you're doing great. Between 150 and 200, they're going out all the time. Do them in sets. That's a tip I'm going to give you. And it's a valuable tip, trust me. It is a very valuable tip. So, Nick's going back with cylinder heads on this. Got the rockers soaking right now. So, but extremely common problem is head gaskets on these Generation 2 Pentastars. Extremely common.
Why are the rockers so painful?
So he doesn't want metal contact. Just better lubrication. It gets in the trinium bearing and stuff like that. It lubricates it. So the bearing, typically what happens, these bearings fall out of the trinium bearing falls out and it causes problems. It's more prone on the early ones, but he just wants to give it a good chance. So when he first started up, it's not dry. That's the problem with that. Next, we're waiting on parts on this Bentley. Getting parts on a Bentley with their on back order has been a pain in the butt. So if you know on that stuff. So these bad boys right here you see Nick working on are not cheap. They're over, I think they're $1,000 each on these things. And
because that's valve right here.
yeah, the valving for it, I mean, it's just very expensive. What happens, they ran over a curb or actually center median, it blew. It actually bent the other side. It bent that strut and then it damaged both the struts. I mean, it was bad. It hit so hard, it actually loosened the bolts to the knuckle. It literally, that's how hard it hit. It hit hard, so it blew out both of them. It sounded terrible. I mean, if you drove it, it did not sound good. Typically, you don't have problems with these cars. He hit something. So he's got brand new, there's a strut bellow. It has a bearing built into it. It's got a strut mount and then the strut itself. And then we have the new hardware for it. So, and he's in for service. We did the water pump belt. He's got 100,000 miles. So we did the water pump belt on it. And we serviced the inverter coolant. And he's always kept up on his other services. And we did the spark plugs for him. Then he's concerned with, he keeps having a door open message while driving. And Nick's has isolated down to the actual door ajar switch is faulty. So he's got that next. That's all he's got left for that one. So, which is right here, to be honest with you. So right here is the bad Right rear door jars. I'll show you. I'll crack it open. These things are pricey. Anything on this car is pricey. This thing's dang near $400 for this piece. So this guy's bill's, it's high, several $1,000s. Even Nick's like, what the heck? Why is this bill so high? Yeah, because it struts. It's outrageous. Even the mounts and stuff are like, this is it. So we're about $400 part here. So I'm gonna put it over here. Plus you have labor and services and all that. It just adds up. You got this?
No degas, so I go through right here.
Yeah, you do let this
Right.
warm up while it's doing the transmission service. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
You did. It does a bypass.
Yeah, that's what I thought, right through here.
Yep. And,
Bam, I was on it.
and when you're doing the transmission service, it's going to be cycling its way through here, clean, getting hot. So when you're done transmission service, you can just finish it up. Got it?
Got it.
Hey, this is that green truck that you diagnosed the EGR map sensor on, and you fixed the spark plug and airbox. Left engine mount, EGR. Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna put a multi-point on your thing for it also. Is it nice and smooth?
Yeah.
Did you already grind this down real good?
I couldn't catch anything with my finger.
To take that wire brush, get that off there.
Okay.
Actually, the block's clean too. You don't want to redo this. Sound good?
Okay.
How's everything else looking?
Pretty good. I got the
Oil pan
in there.
washing?
Yeah.
That's what I figured. Okay. All right. All right. We're on target. Finish it up. Okay. Take us over here.
That's a bug, man.
You ready? It's out front, Nick. I think right there. Yep. See what it says? New fluid.
Chrysler ATF4.
Yep. So get over here. ATF4 Chrysler. So what's going in there? 17 quarts, right?
Yep. Yeah. That's why I was like, dang, baby.
Yeah.
Flying.
Takes a lot, doesn't it?
Yeah. That's why I was like, dang, this little thing.
Go ahead, that's one. Liquid gold is what I call it.
Yeah, I ain't kidding.
Ain't cheap, brother.
No, it ain't. Come on, buddy. You got a lot to go. 2.
There's 3. They'll sit up like that for you.
Yeah. Nice. Like, oh, it looked like it had something over it.
Say what?
It looked like it had that plastic film over it. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. Good news, it measures it for you.
Yeah.
So that's 3.
Yeah,
Man, I feel like we did more than that, no?
This is 4 right here.
Go slow, doesn't
No,
it?
that's a 5.
I thought it was 5. I only see 3 in here.
That's 6 because this was a full case. No, there's 4, 5,
There's 4,
6.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Where'd that 12th one go?
There's 6 in there.
Oh, okay, I see it. It's hidden. She's a hidden on me. That makes sense.
We can't count. It's all right. Good thing we know how many was in that box. Hold that. 17. That old thing holds a bunch.
Yeah, that's a big turn. You want to do what I did there?
I seen you. Wasn't you?
A lot of fluid.
You ain't kidding.
Look better? That's what I was telling you about.
Yeah.
See?
That's where the gas material was.
Let me see that new gasket. Well, that's where the coolant was coming out and leaching, just staying in there.
Okay.
Why don't you do the oil pan? I'll check on that because that might have to get replaced. Is your setup out there? I looked at it. Are you done with it? Your setup out there? Here, carry this out. I'll show you. I'll go over with you. I'll show you what I'm talking about. She's heavy, huh?
Oh, yeah.
You're probably gonna need a little bit more than what's in there because you're gonna have to suck out the expansion, the overflow tank.
Okay. I'll go grab
But
that.
we'll do it in a second. So this setup here, is this good to go?
Let me look at it before I say yes.
Okay.
Let me see. Where's my... That's pumping in, and this was returning.
So this is your pump, right? The pump always has a collar on it. It's a FYI, this black color,
That's cool.
so you'll know.
Okay, pumping into my that, and this is returning the old. Yeah, I think I'm ready.
Yeah,
I think that's right.
Good job on the valve. That's right. You let it bypass.
Right? I'm right though, right?
That is correct. So
Here, just a second.
get it now. Go ahead and don't turn it on because
No.
you want to
There.
get it lifted up and get your
Let me
transmission
get
set
my
up.
battery.
Hey, I wouldn't stress about that. You can use the battery on the car whenever you're ready. Get it lifted up, get your transmission hooked up. Okay? You might end up using 17 all, but do about 15 and we'll check. This one has a dipstick.
Well, we're lucky.
So you can actually check it. Yeah, it's a 19. So what I was saying earlier, we did the spark plugs on it and this has EGR. So the EGR, they wrapped it around the back of the cylinder head. It's tight back there. You got to pull the cowling out. They put it by you have the brake actuator over here. It's kind of tight, I'm not gonna lie. That EGR is kind of a pain in the butt. Pull that out of your way and then you're okay. But yeah, they make kind of a booger to do spark plugs in these, the V6 hybrids. And that's what this one is. 4 cylinders are a breeze, but the 6 cylinders need a little more work on it, honestly. That's a great engine and all that, but man, a little more labor intensive. I think it's up there close to 4 hours just for spark plugs. So, in that range. Kevin, he's on the downhill stretch, I think.
What's that?
You're on the downhill stretch.
Yeah.
Yeah, that thing was flat. So this is that gasket he removed that was completely flat and just pissing out coolant and oil. I think it was oil, not coolant. It may have been, but I'll go on there just fine.
Oh yeah.
Okay, cool. I'll look at something real fast. Oh, you haven't plugged in the sensor.
No, I haven't yet.
Gotcha. I was like, why is that sensor connector over there? I was like, that's bizarre. Hey, don't forget that. Trying to plug that in with the diff in your way sucks.
That was not four-wheel drive, is it?
Yes,
Yeah,
it is.
he had to pull the diff out.
You're having a lot of fun, aren't you? Hey,
Yeah.
Neil, I'm pretty confident this Suburban's burning coolant.
Yeah, I think so too. I think you're right.
It's pretty low. I figured she knew about it, or we knew
Yeah,
about it.
well, there's nothing leaking, is there?
No, it's not.
Yeah. How low is it?
It's below the minimum. Like it's getting
Okay.
down there.
Yeah, I had the conversation with her last time,
Yeah.
and I was pretty confident that that was going to be the case.
She's definitely burning coolant.
Okay, we'll let her know if she needs the heads. I have the heads upstairs. We keep them. So as far as heads, I keep heads upstairs for multiple engines that we do all the time. They're pretty much just reconditioned heads. So it saves us time because we take the head off. We take it to the machine shop, obviously, but I already have some ready machine refurbished. So we slap them on there, take those to heads. Those may take a couple days to a week to get done. And when they're done, we put them upstairs. I have a whole bunch of heads up there from various Hemis, 5.3s, 6.0s, 6.2s, Priuses, Chargers. I mean, we have them. So Jeeps, multiple heads on Jeeps actually, because there's the Gen 1 and Gen 2. I have both. It's nothing worse is to have a bay sitting on heads. I mean, it's not productive. So yeah, it may cost extra to have the heads, but it pays for itself. I mean, having the bay down costs money, so you want to move that bay as fast as you can. So something to think about for your shop, have heads ready to roll. That's what I have, several sets up there ready to go. So when we do a head job, slap it and go.
Hey, are we putting 44K in this, or is that the glitch?
No, that's right.
Okay.
Yep.
Making sure.
Dave, hey, Bradley, you gonna help him? You gonna help him? He's ready for you, brother. Try to have him warn you about that.
In a bad spot.
Oh yeah, it dumps oil everywhere. Is this one on the radiator? I think it's old school. Oh, it's right here. Right here, or the radiator.
Well, the radiator
Yeah,
hard
this
to
is
get to.
This one's easy. It's right there.
That's what I thought. I thought that'd be the
Start
easiest.
working on with him. Get a drain tank.
I thought that'd be the easiest place.
I
Sprayed that all off myself
You have a
because the
shop air. You can eat all this off here,
I
brother.
will. I will.
Okay, you got shop air and all that.
Yeah.
Bradley, you good, right, bro?
Yeah, I'll get a white tank.
Okay. Hey, did she give you that hose, Kevin, for this diesel?
I got it. I have to put it on.
Oh, you're good. Just want to make sure you got it. So, all right, good deal. Hey, David, you've checked your temperature on that cruise, right?
I just did.
We all good?
Yeah, we're good.
Okay. Check your codes. Make sure there's no codes for that, okay?
Okay.
Does that make sense? Okay. It's a short week, you know how it is. You're trying to get everything out of here. The guys have been off for a few days. Everything's got to go. It doesn't even feel like is it Friday? It doesn't feel like a Friday. It's Friday apparently, but
It doesn't feel like
it doesn't feel like a Friday, and we're way behind on stuff. A lot of these cars, that's got to go, that's got to go, that's got to go. That truck's got to go. So we're kind of, if you own a shop or you're a technician, you know what I'm going through. We're like a half hour away from 5. We shut down at 5, and that's got to go, that's got to go, that's got to go, that's got to go. So I'm kind of over here on them more than I should as far as micromanaging, but I'm not trying to. But I got to make sure stuff gets done and gets out of here. So I'm kind of micromanaging it. I guess so, but not trying to. The guys are fine, but just want to see where we're at. All right, Micah, did you update that Ram?
I did.
What's he doing with that engine? What's you gave his choices, obviously, right?
Yeah, he said he wants to look over it and think over it
Okay.
over the weekend. So.
Okay. Long block cost after insurance payout. And then let's do that real fast. I'll take this off right here.
Stuff are done now.
What about all this stuff? All these clips and stuff?
Yeah, I'm
Okay, just want to make sure where we know where we're at.
Are they getting this back tonight? They want this back tonight or what?
Well,
So I was gonna do the actuator. You wanna say?
Yeah, I like to get the actuator done if you don't mind.
Yeah, no, I'm happy to do that.
And
I don't know what that quick trip truck, is it done or are we just waiting?
well, you can get it off there. Okay, cool, thanks. Yeah, I like to get someone done. That'd be nice.
Yeah, I got you.
Get someone out of here. This need to go anything?
I can.
On that, Bradley, do about 15 to 16 and check your level. Because there's only 16 in it, so do it 15 and check your level. All right, so we got a good one here. It's a 2003 E320. It's a W211 chassis. And basically, you only have 2 modules you can communicate with. Then the engine actually, the vehicle does run, but no windows work, no dash, nothing. No radio, no AC, not all that stuff. But it does start and run, but the cooling fan stays running the entire time. And what we found was, this is basically it's a CAN bus. It's a bunch of resistors, looks like inside of this, but it's a CAN bus block. They call this like a shorting bar. There's a couple on this side, another one on this side. They all just have, you can kind of see the corrosion. I don't know if you can pick it up. All right, I don't know their exact terminology, but all the CAN communication lines plug into this, and there's actually a board on it on here, and it's got corrosion in there is what it's got. And the same thing on this one, there's corrosion within here. So there's some wiring, the pigtails and the connector, we got a bunch of corrosion. They were just ate up, so we're gonna replace those. Replace this, there's a couple more of these, and then we should be good to go. But it's a water intrusion what's caused this problem, and we see that a lot on the Europeans. Almost every time I see a European car with CAN bus communication, it's usually a water intrusion problem. Not always, but most of the time it's a water intrusion issue. This one's a water intrusion. All the other ones we've seen before this last couple of days has been all water intrusion. Nick did like 2 or 3 of these. He had an 05, this is an 03. He's done like 2 or 3 of these in the past week. Same type of deal, same. Different connectors and bus setup, different years, but very similar. He just goes through and looks for water intrusion. But if you have one of these vehicles, CAN bus communications, take a look at these. All the communication wires plug into here, but you can kind of see it's up underneath this quarter panel on the inside of the passenger side, and the same thing on the driver's side where they're located. Very, very common problem. Water gets in. The BMWs love it with the trunk. Man, they have a lot of modules in the trunk. Water gets in, fills it up. Car won't start, no good communication. Unplug the modules, car runs. And it's full of corrosion every time. Very, very common. Yeah, if you have a BMW and you have a CAN communication problem, it's probably a pond back here. And not always, not every one of them, but majority of them are water in the trunk. This one gets water in the trunk. This one's had water in the trunk, you can tell. You can see by this right here. I mean, it's very obvious water's been getting into this vehicle in multiple spots. They call them fish tanks for a reason, or fish bowls. they have a water problem. These vehicles love water, but water doesn't like electronics, I promise you that. So we're just waiting on parts. Once we get the parts, we'll fix it up. So pretty common. But that thing was completely full of water, so he's letting it dry out. So this here is a project. We're not done with that, so we'll talk about it later on, but we'll leave that alone. And then this Hemi down here, I'm check this Hemi out. It's all torn apart. This is an 18 Ram 1500. So this was an insurance extended warranty company. Sorry, insurance. So we took it all apart. We washed everything up to do a very thorough inspection. How much damage there was. Basically, he's got a metal embedded in all the bearings. You can feel it. He had a low, yeah. You know what that is? You have a camshaft lifter here come apart. So a bunch of metal went throughout this engine. So there's a bearing in here that come apart and it allows this roller to move, and then it destroys the camshaft. It's pretty common. We've had a video on it. So it had a bunch of metal go out through the engine. We had to find point of failure on it. It's all torn apart. Here's the block over here. Pistons are out of it. I mean, we just went through this. There's some scoring on the cylinder walls. So the case on this is an insurance company I hate dealing with. Don't want to say their name, but how much, if you're running a long time, you have a lot of, and that's the name of that company. So, and they basically told this customer, we're gonna give you this much money. It was like $6,200 something bucks. And they said, that's all we're giving you, and we're gonna cancel your contract. That is what they told the customer. So he has a contract, he's been paying it. They said the max we'll pay is 6,000 yards, 200 something bucks, yada yada something. I don't know the exact amount, but it's 6,002 something. And they said, once we pay this, we're done, cancel, we're gonna void the contract with you. So that was their answer. So when he needed them to pay, they wouldn't pay for an engine completely. They said, no, we'll pay this much and we're done with you. That was their reaction. So if you are looking to extend a warranty, stay away from that company. I always have problems with them on the phone. The guys they're just jerks to deal with, because I call them out. I mean, I'm not gonna let them just try to run what's past me or which is my customer. They always try to scam my customers. Always try. And I let them have it. I'm like, dude, we're not having that. You know, what you're saying doesn't jive. You know, they send out the crummiest inspectors too. The inspectors are garbage. They don't know what they're doing. I guarantee they're not certified to anything with engine rebuilding, because the guys don't know what they're talking about. So they send a poor adjuster out there that doesn't even know automotive. He's trying to give the insurance company the lowdown what happened, which, how can you do that if you don't know what you're talking about? And it's a big fight between the adjuster, the claim, the guy that you're dealing with the claims. It is a freaking mess. So a lot of incompetence is what you deal with. When you're dealing with incompetence, it's frustrating. It's the guy they send out to you is incompetent. The person you're talking to on the phone is incompetent, and they're not trustworthy because the company's trying to screw them over. So I call them out. I'm not nice to them. I'm a jerk. I'll be honest with you. I'm a complete jerk to them, because A, they're a jerk to me, and they're trying to screw over my customer, and he's done everything he's supposed to do is pay him. His job is to pay them, right, and service the vehicle. That's his contract. He's done that. He's proved records of it. He's paid them every month or one lump sum. So now it's on to the insurance company to make it right, make a whole, right? It's always something with these people. It's always something. So we have it all torn down, everything's proven, what's bad, point of failure. It wasn't good enough. Now they're like, well, we'll only give you this much money and we're going to cancel your contract. It's crazy. It's always something with these extended warranty companies. I tell you, man, there's only a couple of them that actually do that, stand behind what they're supposed to do. So, but it's a mess. This guy's out several $1,000s now. Several, not just one, two, but several $1,000s for a long block, and still several $1,000s if he wants to just a used engine put in that he's got to put out of his pocket on top of what they're paying, because I mean, that's what it costs. A used engine on this car is pretty close to what they're giving them just for a used engine, you know, with a 1 year, 12,000 mile warranty on the engine. It's pretty close to the $6,000 what it costs, and that's used. A long block's is a little bit more, right at that number for retail, you know. So, and then you have all the labor to put everything back together. That's not included. So, this poor guy. The fair warning: extended warranty companies are not they're not what you think they are. I promise you that. You have to be very selective. If you're going to purchase one, go talk to a shop that deals with them and see how much of a headache they are to deal with. If companies that you're looking into are denying claims over and over, do not get them. This company, we deal with them and they always deny the claims. They barely, really ever pay. They don't want to pay. If they do, there's always some kind of, well, we'll pay this much and the customer's the rest with this. It's like, man, dude, So it's just, it's sick. It's very sick, and it just upsets me. So yeah, I get upset with him. I'm not gonna lie. People around me are like, whoa, what's going on? Well, yeah, I'm pissed off because his insurance company's screwing over my customer, and the customer doesn't know any better. I do, so I call him out, and I have to, because that's what I have to do. What's right? The right thing is put these people in their place, tell them what they're doing is wrong. Does it get the result? Not always. But I did. They wanted to deny this entire claim until I threw a fit about it, pretty much. I had to get into the guy. They wanted to deny this entire claim. I was pissed off. I let them have it, and then they say, well, we'll give him this much money, and we're going to kill his policy after this. So they went from getting 0 to at least 6,000 because I was not having it. I was not having it. You can ask people around me, I was not having it from this company. I made sure that he's going to get paid, and he did, but they're still screwing him over. It's just bull crap. But yeah, my blood pressure always goes up dealing with insurance companies. Every time. Because it's a freaking fight. You shouldn't have to fight these guys to get paid. And customers do not see the interaction, what's happening with a good shop dealing with a poor extended warranty company. I could have been like, oh, okay, no problem, it's not my problem. It's you and the customer. And just hung up and call the customers, hey, they're not gonna cover it, come get it. Oh, it's all torn apart? Okay, you owe me $6,000, whatever the price is to put it back together. I mean, I don't do that. That's not how I am. So I'm gonna make sure this guy's taken care of. But it's easy to do that. I could do that because all the time I'm fighting with them on the phone for hours and hours and sending them pictures and videos, going over the inspector. I don't get paid for any of that. I'm just doing it to help the customer out. Point, because at this point, I don't want this guy to get screwed because I can't stand these insurance companies because all they do is screw people over. 24/7, dude. That's it. They get me worked up. But we're fixing to head out of here. To the next one. See ya.